Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Prison Break. Last time on Prison Break we had Whoa, Sweet Caroline. I knew that wasn't going to sound good. And yes, I know that the obvious musical reference is to Sweet Caroline, the actual song, but all I could think about was Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses, so yeah. Oh well. That'll be the localized version. When they can't get the rights to the actual Sweet Caroline song, they'll make a different version based off of Guns N' Roses. That'll be the localized version. Anyway, all joking aside, last time Michael and the gang were working towards the presidential pardon. And he met with President Reynolds and was like, yo, we got the tape, and they played the tape. And not only was it a tape that confirmed that Terrence Steadman was still alive after he supposedly died, but there was also a bit of Lannister stuff in there, let's just say. Ugh. And yeah, and suddenly I'm okay with Terrence Steadman not being Dr. Phlox, so let's just put it like that. So, yeah. Ugh. But anyway, Caroline decided to agree and give the two of them presidential pardons to Kim's dismay, and went on stage and announced that she had a brain cancer and was no longer fit to serve as President of the United States, and she resigned effective immediately. Therefore, she was not going to be doing anything for the company, and was not going to be doing anything for Michael Scofield and Lincoln Burrows. In the ultimate middle finger to everyone. I mean, that was a masterful move right there, so yeah. Now, what happens to her next? We're not really sure. But what's going to happen to Michael and Lincoln next? They are no longer going to be getting presidential pardons, so it's time to disappear. They're going to have to call up Ed from Breaking Bad to make them disappear. Mr. Scofield, welcome to New Hampshire. Actually, they'd have different names, so he wouldn't call them Mr. Scofield because he's a professional. So, I don't know if Lincoln's friend Derek is as professional as Robert Forster, so, yeah. Anywho, what else was there? Kellerman didn't kill the president. Sucre is dealing with Bellick, because Bellick found him. However, Teabag lost the $5 million at the airport, so Sucre is going to try to worm his way out of getting caught by Bellick in order to bribe him with the $5 million instead. C-Note is talking to Agent Wheeler about the stuff that Mahone is doing, especially the threats to C-Note's family and stuff, and I guess that's it. I guess that's everyone, so yeah, crazy stuff. So yeah. We're in the final 3 episodes of Season 2. Isn't that crazy? Oh, man. This has been a very interesting season. I don't know if I would quite put this up with Season 1, because Season 1 was so brilliant, I thought. But you know what? If we say that... You know what? Here's what I'll go ahead and say. And maybe we'll change this by the time the season's over. But I think I might put... If Season 1 is a 10... I'd put Season 2 at like a 9.5. Mainly because, like, I feel like the goal... I feel like that's kind of the biggest thing, is the goal keeps getting changed, you know? Like, it's either, just escaping, getting the $5 million, getting to Panama. Then it's like, no, we have to take on the company. Then we have to get the tape. Oh, the tape doesn't work. Oh, well, we'll go get pardons. Oh, the pardons didn't work. Oh, I guess we're going to have to go back to that. It's like... I feel like because the goal keeps changing this season, that's why I'd put it down to a 9.5, but 9.5 out of 10, that's pretty solid. So yeah, I would at least put this season in the same caliber as Season 1, so yeah. Anywho, so with all that said, let's just go ahead and jump right into this episode of Prison Break. Here we go. Teabag's got it again. Oh! There they are! Oh my gosh. What a reunion, too. Man, that guy took off. Oh my gosh, look at him coming after him like a Winter Soldier. Ah, crap. Ah! That was so loud. Ah!
What time does the ship
Stop it!
10 minutes. We brought the bitch down. She stepped down, Wink. Because of us.
It's a...
Yet you're still wanted for murder.
you know what? Cut your
When you
losses.
came to Fox River, remember what you said? You said, I'm gonna break you out of here. I'm alive. You did that.
Yeah.
You wanna look for the good, you look there. Come on, let's just finish what you started.
Yeah. Cut your losses, man.
There is room for one more.
Michael Schofield, you asking me to sail off into the sunset with you?
No.
Well, it's more of a freighter, but,
Yes.
I'll be there.
It's a freighter, and it's a cloudy day, but yes.
But it might not be the best idea, seeing as how I'm the only one who knows where your Chiquita's tied up.
Where is Maricruz?
If I
Wait.
tell you, I'm as good as dead. Of course, if you shoot, so is she.
Well, you're bluffing. You said they were out.
Let me tell
Huh.
you a word, because you ain't getting your hands on that girl till I get my hands on that money.
Damn.
Guess that makes us partners.
Oh, man. We're partners.
Michael,
what's wrong?
She's being followed.
I'm already on board. I'm sorry, I must have just missed you. Where are you?
Oh, no.
We're on deck.
Don't lie to him.
Love you.
Ah. Oh, no. Don't take one for the team.
Have the right to remain silent.
Dang it, no.
That's
Michael, you can't. There's nothing you can do.
There's always something you can do.
Not this time. Not this time. It's done.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Oh, man. Man, this is rough on Michael. He has to let everything go. Oh, man. That is so rough. Ugh. 1 week later...
And I'm sorry if I seem a little bit skeptical, but the last time a federal agent came up in here offering me a deal, there was a string attached
Nuh.
that I was supposed to put around my neck.
Yeah, a literal string.
Free man. You and your family.
Ooh.
Witness protection. Fresh start.
Ooh.
Clean record.
Spick and span.
You put that in writing and you got yourself a witness.
Ugh. That's pretty good. That's a great deal. Interesting they're going so against Mahone, too.
I knocked, but,
Meanwhile, he's spiraling.
you okay?
What does that look like to you? There, right there.
It's a triangle.
Yeah, I thought so too.
He can't let it go either.
Is Omega.
The last letter of the Greek alphabet.
That's the last step of his plan.
Well, that's...
What is that? Crest and a flower?
Rose.
And these numbers, 617.
Could be biblical.
I mean,
chapter
he's
6 through
kind of
17.
onto something.
617, 617.
If he wasn't going insane.
Oh, what's today?
15th.
So whatever his last step is.
It's gonna happen in 2 days.
Wow. I like how that went from, dude, you're losing it, to, no, he is actually getting there.
Oh no, teddy bear. I'm the lucky one.
Oh. Buddy.
I don't know who this Susie Q bitch is, but no wonder she wants nothing to do with you.
Oh, she's dead.
Idiot.
Fucking Ultimate Warrior. Panama! Oh, they made it.
Christ in a rose.
Yeah, what about it?
Schofield's mother's name.
Huh.
Christina Rose Schofield.
Wow.
But I thought she was dead.
Oh, so did I.
Wait. Wait, their mother is alive? Wait, what?
I want you to find out where Schofield's mother's buried. And what? And see if she's buried. Yes, sir.
Dig her up.
What about...
Come on, man. You've been talking about Panama and bumpy bus rides ever since you broke out. And now we're actually doing it.
She should have been here with us.
Oh. Ugh, the wig. Oh, man. He left the body there.
Hola, Mrs. Vasquez.
You are late.
No.
Much later than the date you said.
Well, we ran into a little bit of trouble.
Who is this?
It's a business associate.
Cristina Rose. I remember. You will find her here. Buena suerte.
Gracias.
Benjamin Miles Franklin is alive. I'm aware of that, yeah. And being released from custody. That's not possible. They would need permission from my office. Good to know you're on top of things.
No. Man, he's got important things. This is another problem with Kim. He keeps splitting Mahone's attention. Where the hell is here? Oh, it's Bald Man.
Couldn't we be doing this in my office? It'd be much more comfortable.
Yeah, why are we out on a lake?
I felt we needed to speak freely.
Oh my god, he's talking.
For the next several hours, this is what those in the intelligence community refer to as a blind spot.
Hours?
Something to do with the position of the sun, I'm told. Disrupts long-distance recording devices.
Okay.
Does our Mr. Mahone know where exactly in Panama they are?
Not yet.
You can
Why?
still see the
How
cold
much do
breath.
you know about so-
The only thing Mahone can read is what you write for him. Can you act normal? That's all you have to do. The last thing we want is for him to get spooked.
He's just
take
right in the
off.
next car.
It's all gonna be over.
Wheeler,
Boo.
where you been?
No.
The punishment for a traitorous act was beheading.
No.
Following the execution, they would hold up the severed head by the hair. Not, as most people think, for the crowd to see the head, but for the head to see the crowd, because
Duh.
consciousness sticks around for another 8 seconds. The idea was that it would
Whoa.
give the traitor one more chance to take a look.
You don't want to do this.
Huh,
okay?
well, I learned something.
Just take a moment.
You're gonna stab me in the back, Agent Wheeler. Be smart enough to cover up the knife. You go
No.
and visit Franklin 3 times this week. Called Sullins what? Twice a day? Didn't you learn anything working for me? You gotta cover your tracks.
Wow.
unless You remind me of myself when I was a young age.
No.
I wish I could take that as a compliment.
No.
That's some real fine work, Wheeler. Good job, though. Didn't you let anyone scare you into doing the wrong thing?
No. He knows that more than anyone. Oh, hey.
Come here. Oh, Daddy loves you so much.
Hey, this is nice.
So, is it real? He says you're gonna go free, that, we don't have to run anymore. I mean, what happened? What changed?
Hey, don't you worry about it. You
I'd
just let your man handles things.
I'd still leave anyway. You know what? Go to Russia.
But I'm a free man, right?
Free man.
Free man.
Don't screw it up.
Ugh. I'm so tense about this.
We ruined Sarah's life, and it's like you don't even care. Is that what you think?
Well, we're here, and Sarah's back there in prison. Does that seem fair to
I don't
you?
know if it's fair. Just don't make this about boy loses girl.
Who should it be about, Link? Westmoreland? Tweener?
No.
LJ?
Let me stop you right
Do you
there.
remember the name of the guard that was murdered because of the riot I started?
Shut up, Michael.
Do you remember his name? I bet you remember Veronica's name, though, don't you?
Oh, shit.
What about T-Bag, Link? He's out there now because of us, you and me. I didn't ask you to do what you did. They were gonna kill you, Link. Well, maybe you should have let them.
Oh, shit.
Take that back.
Come on, guys. We just got here. Ah, we're falling down a hill. Guys, come on. Don't do this.
Bad as I feel about Sarah, she had a choice. Veronica didn't.
Nah.
We've lost so much, man. We can't afford to lose each other.
Nah.
We just can't.
Going somewhere, Alex?
Did they lose the set to his office? Why has he been in here?
Come on. You know, I would kill you right now if I thought it would give me an ounce of peace.
No. Kill him anyway.
What if I was to tell you that there was something that could turn that light back on?
Oh, God, what?
What would you say?
That's it. It's the same offer you made when you dragged me into this, you little bastard.
No.
Theodore Teabag Bagwell was apprehended in Mexico.
Oh, let me guess. You want him dead?
Oh, no.
No.
There's been a change in strategy.
No.
We're gonna need him alive. I'm talking about a very real finish line here, Alex.
You need Teabag?
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's not the real thing, but
It's the work too, man. Anywhere we want.
Oh. Christina Rose. It's a boat. Is that the end? No, that wasn't the end. All right. Well, with...
What is it, baby?
What? Oh. Just cathartic.
Nothing. Let's go home.
I mean, if they have a new strategy, he may be allowed to just leave.
An Istanbul just ordered a plane to Panama City.
What the hell's he doing in Panama?
We're going to Panama. We're all going to Panama. Is this Panama City? It's lovely. Oh my God, look at him in his hat. Oh. 617. Code on the lock. Do either of you know how to sail a boat?
Sucre says Teabag's here. In Panama.
How the hell did he know?
I don't know. Says the bag still has the bag. He's in
No.
Panama City at the Findel Camino Hotel. If you're there and want to help put that bird back in the cage, let me know. Sucre.
Oh.
What's the son of a bitch doing in Panama?
Whatever good we do from here on out, it doesn't matter as long as Teabag's out there.
Michael, we made it.
So much has gone wrong. If we could just
do this one thing.
I'll figure something out. Figure it out. You don't take a piss about a plan, man. Come on.
No.
Look at me. I never think things through, and look where it got me.
Panama and a boatload of booze.
You got me that. I got me a death sentence.
No.
Look, it's just...
He's in. Oh no. Oh, they're all gonna converge. No, it wasn't even Sucre. It's weird to not see him in a suit.
See you soon.
Michael! Michael!
No.
Michael!
He's walking right into a trap. Oh no. Oh. So that's where we're going. That's where we're going. Oh, man. Oh, that's where we're going for the finale. We're converging at Panama City. Alrighty. That's episode 20. Ooh, boy. Oh, excuse me, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, he just cannot. It's the one thing. I feel like out of everything else, the thing he hates the most. The thing he hates the most is Teabag being on the loose. Which is interesting because, yeah, I don't think he actually... I mean, he planned on John Abruzzi, you know? He planned on John Abruzzi, so I don't think he would have felt bad about John Abruzzi getting away, you know? But Teabag is the worst of them. And he hates that Teabag is able to get away. So this is it. This is it! As well as a final confrontation, at least for the season, between Michael and Mahone. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and jump into the notes. The first thing I wrote down, cut your losses. Cut your losses. Yeah, I mean, you have to be optimistic about this. And it's crazy that Link has to be the optimistic one, you know? It's crazy that Link has to be the optimistic one, because he was the one who was like, dude, don't do this, just let me go. Just let me go, and don't try anything crazy. But yeah, honestly, from his point of view, it's like, well, look, we're out in Panama. Now, we don't have to, he's not gonna die. So, you get it. You understand it. You definitely understand it. Cut your losses, but Michael can't. And let's just go ahead and talk about those all together. That Michael just cannot let things go. Which is sort of the thing we've always had about Michael, And what was the episode where I think Sarah went to like one of his doctors or a psychiatrist or someone, I don't remember who it was, but they talked about how Michael always he always fixates on basically like lost cases or something like that, Like he will fixate on something. Which I think that might have been the Tweener episode, which was the thing was that he couldn't let anything happen to Tweener just because he's a good man, He couldn't let something go like that, Which is why even down to just letting Tweener come with them, Because yeah, if he didn't let Tweener join the group in the first place, or join the escape, he would have been killed by Avocado, He could not let that happen, which is why Teabag being on the loose drives him insane, And that's also the thing with Sarah, is that he cannot let her go. He just can't let her go. And especially, too, I mean, because it's not even just, someone he cares for, but it's the woman he loves. He just cannot let her go. And you understand, Whereas Lincoln's looking at this like, dude, if we go back, we're going to get caught, We have to get out of here. So, you gotta cut your losses. And they pretty much did. They were on the ship and they were off to Panama. And then 1 week passed. That was very interesting. So I'm curious when it's supposed to be now. Because we have, I feel like it's only been like 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks since they broke out of prison. And now we're just adding a complete extra week onto that, which is interesting. So, yeah, I mean, it's very interesting that, it's like, oh, well, I just came to get a donut or something. It's like, that's her terrible cover story. But it's interesting that, I guess they just weren't close enough to the peers for that to click in Mahone's head, I don't know. But yeah, but they are out of there. And for an entire week, Mahone has been spiraling. But I like how they portray it like, yes, it looks like he's losing it. He's spiraling, but he does get somewhere, you know? It looks like, at first, that he's just going through and it's like, no, that's not it. That, you know, you're just trying to find something that isn't there. But he does find something. Like, I kind of like that, actually, that, you know, while he's sort of the raving lunatic trying to figure out this case, it does actually work. He does figure it out and starts to connect to Panama, you know? So, I like that. That was very interesting. So, yeah. So, that was very, very interesting. I enjoyed that. Now, why he was in a different office, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that was just so he could get some peace and quiet while he was going over stuff. I don't know. I don't know why he was in a different room figuring everything out, you know? But that was interesting to see that while, yes, he was spiraling and he was starting to lose it, he did still figure something out, you know? So, I kind of like that. But yeah. So, Christina Rose. That was a bit of brilliance right there. Christina Rose. So you have Christ in a rose, which symbolizes their mother's name. And then it's a boat. It's a boat. It's a boat. And yeah, he commissioned a boat. And they're off in a boat. And I like that, too, that it's like, you know, originally you would think that it's like, oh, well, you know, the point was to get to Panama, you know? Which, I mean, it was to get to Panama, but I like how, I don't know, because I thought, yeah, the original plan was, you know, get to Panama. There's a nice, you know, town there with no electricity, no way that they would find you. But maybe maybe he's thinking about it like, you know, after everything that's happening, because I guess they did say it's like it was commissioned 4 weeks ago, I think is what they said. So, if it was commissioned 4 weeks ago, then that would be during his time in prison. So at some point in prison, he was able to, he probably used Nico as well, or Nika. It was Nika, right? Yeah, it was Nika. Yes? Yes, I'm trying to remember her. But he probably had her call in about commissioning the boat, because Michael was starting to figure out that they couldn't just stop at Panama. They had to get out of there, you know? And a boat, because I mean, you know, they figured out like, oh, the Christina Rose, it's a boat. They're getting in a ship in Panama. But after that, it's their own boat that they are going to literally sail off into the sunset. There's no one else after that where you can try to track them, you know? Like, you can still get every single last trace through every single last person to get to, he has a boat in Panama. But after that, it's his boat. So if he leaves, and that's it. But that's why Mahone was using the forum in order to lure Michael back into the city. So, in terms of the other stuff we got going on, Sucre having to spend a week with Bellic is ridiculous. Now, okay, so I thought originally Bellic was saying that, Mari Cruz, like, she's off. I thought it was like they're, you know, picking fruits or whatever. But now, it's not that. It's that, no, he did actually kidnap her and the grandmother and is holding them somewhere, which is interesting. But yeah, but they have enough food. They have enough food and water for 3 weeks, but after that they're going to starve. So that was interesting. That was definitely interesting that he was able to do that quickly. But yeah, unless he is bluffing. It's entirely possible he is bluffing. But he did have the necklace, so... He did have the necklace, so... Unless he just got the necklace, you know... He manhandled the necklace off of her, but is still bluffing. It could be that. I don't know. But yeah, but they have been working together for a week, trying to find Teabag, which is interesting. Teabag, who, for God's sake, the fact that he keeps going, it's almost comical at this point. But he keeps going. And he's trying... I kind of like that, too, that he's kind of losing it as well. He's so heartbroken over Susan that he's getting other girls to dress up as Susan. And it's like, all right, man, come on. It's like, we already have another point in this show where it's like, dude, you gotta let her go. And now it's here with Teabag, like, dude, you just gotta let her go, man. But, so yeah. Now, the whole thing with they need Teabag alive, I assume that's just because they need to lure in Michael. I assume that's it. Like, they're not going to, like, team up with Teabag. But we did have the whole thing with Mr. Bossman. We had the whole thing with Mr. Bossman and the blind spot, which was really interesting. I did like that. So that's why he never talks to Kim. Because there could always be a possible, you know, long distance recording device. So it's specifically in that spot on that lake in that time with the sun that it creates a blind spot. So they can just openly talk, which is interesting. So yeah, everything with the president, obviously they didn't want that to happen, but the brothers sort of forced her hand. But yeah, so they're changing strategy, which is interesting. I mean, so there's still 5 left of the Fox River 8. Is Michael, Lincoln, Sucre, C-Note, and Teabag. So maybe at this point, I mean, I don't know. I almost feel like they need to an extent, cut their losses, you know? Like, look, Teabag, Sucre, C-Note, forget about them, you know? Like, they don't know anything, and they don't care to know anything, you know? Like, it doesn't matter for them. But, obviously, they are still dealing with, they still need to deal with Michael and Lincoln to an extent, because those are the big 2, you know? I feel like that's going to be the change in strategy, because, yeah, that moment where, you know, C-Note, you know, he's there with his family, and then he's off, and you get this, you know, nice shot when the thing closes behind him, and he's like, oh my god, I'm actually walking free. And that's great and everything, but I don't know if that'll last. I hope so. I hope that, you know what, I hope that's the end for him. I hope they just get to walk away and they're fine, you know? Maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I hope that's it. That now with a change in strategy, we cannot... Because that is part of it that, you know... That is part of it that they have been splitting Mahone's attention. You have one agent going after 8 people. 2 of them are top priority, but you keep diverting him away to the others, you know? To the point where it's like, yeah, he has had to bring in Bellick to, you know, start wrangling up a couple of them, you know? So that's the thing, is that you have been splitting his attention, and that's why that's why it's getting so difficult for him. So maybe the shift in strategy is, it doesn't matter about Sucre and Teabag and C-Note. The point is Michael and Lincoln, you know? And, of course, at this point, it seems particularly Michael, you know? Because, as we've said from the beginning of this season, for the past 20 weeks we've been watching this season, this is a Sherlock and Moriarty between Mahone and Michael. And it's interesting because it's a role reversal, that our protagonist is Moriarty and our antagonist is Sherlock. And that's so interesting to see. But yeah, it's definitely that, you know, he is the detective who cannot let go of this one, challenge, this rival, And so he has to defeat him, He has to defeat him at all costs, So yeah, I mean, that's definitely it. And it's so difficult, but it seems like maybe they're changing the strategy to be more, focused on Michael and Lincoln rather than the other three. But we'll have to see. But at the very least, Mahone is going to be using Teabag to get to Michael, because that is the one thing Michael cannot let go of. He can try, and it kills him to try to let go of Sarah, but letting go of Teabag is too difficult, because that is a bad thing, It's possible Sarah, even if she lives out her life in prison, she will live her life, And I like that confrontation between Michael and Lincoln, too, where they talk about that, And it's like, oh, Link, things just sort of, roll right off your back, basically. And it's like, it's not that he doesn't care, but he has to look on the bright side. He has to, stay positive, or he has to keep the faith. He has to just keep going. He'll just keep moving forward, And I like that. And I like how he says, look, yes, it is terrible what's happened to Sarah, but she is potentially still alive, Like, we can't do anything about this. And I like how he says, I had to listen to Veronica die. She didn't have a choice. Sarah did have a choice. She could have just kept running, She could have kept running, and who knows, maybe she could have gotten to the boat, but then they would have found the boat, and they would have been ready in Panama, So that's the thing, is that she made a choice, and at this point you kind of just got to respect her choice, It's difficult, but what are you going to do? What can you do? And then in terms of the other stuff, I like that moment between Mahone and Kim where he's like, I thought there was a light at the end of the tunnel, a life for me and my wife and my son, but there's none of that. But yeah, Kim's coming in. It's like, oh, well, maybe I can give you that, a way to escape. But, oh, that is difficult. That is difficult, but you still have to get Michael. And that is really difficult. Now, they keep talking about Sona. They brought it up last episode and again this episode. And now they're talking about changing strategy. I'll be curious if maybe that factors in more into next season. Then instead of just a straight manhunt, we get something a bit different. But I don't know what it would be. But yeah. So I'll be very curious about that. I feel like we're in for some sort of a change, not just the normal, manhunt that it's been. So I'll be curious. I'll be very curious as to where we are going in the next 2 episodes and as well as in season 3. So yeah, I have no idea. But right now, there is one more convergence. We are converging on the hotel in Panama City. Oh, that's going to be interesting, to say the least. And still, we're doing this convergence, and there's 2 more episodes of this season. So, where we're going is going to be crazy. But we'll have to see. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Prison Break reactions, as well as another video you can click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.